Well, the most important thing, obviously, when we're talking about young families needing an estate plan has to do with guardians of their small children, right? We don't ever really want to think about worst case scenario, what happens if, us and our partner both pass away and we have a small child. What happens to that child? I think that a lot of times people have this fear, this preconceived notion that if they don't have an estate plan in place, then the child will become a ward of the state. And that's just not a super realistic expectation, because almost everyone has some sort of family. What is more realistic is if you don't have an estate plan in place, so you don't have your guardians listed, what your wishes are, now you have a whole bunch of people in your life that love you and love your children and don't know what your wishes are and don't know who you wanted them to stay with. I mean, oftentimes people will say, yes, I would want their grandparents to be their guardians, but then you start to think, well, these grandparents are, in their 60s. Do they really want to be in charge of these children, for the next 20 years? And is that really the best fit for your parents as well as your very small children? Or is maybe more so a sibling a better option, or a friend that lives nearby as a good option, so that the children would never have to move, would not have to be uprooted while at the same time they were, going through the worst situation in their life. So I think there's a lot of trepidation about talking about it with your partner. Who are we going to pick? Because no one's good enough. No one is going to be you. But that's okay. So we can have that dialogue. We can talk about it. We can weigh some of the pros and cons to different people in your life and say who today would be the best fit. And if that answer changes tomorrow, then we just make a simple amendment to your estate plan, right? It's not something that's set in stone forever, but it's so much better to just have something in place now. It's even better to set it up in place before you even have the child. So as you're, pregnant or trying to have a baby, get your estate plan in place then. We don't need to be listing names of your beneficiaries, that sort of thing. We can name them as your children. So getting all that in place before you're having sleepless nights is probably a really great plan.